Good evening, good evening, good evening. How we doing? It is what day? Monday, innit? How's things? New weekend stuff. My chronometer is all over the place apparently at the moment. Yeah, like that. Apparently everything's all over the place at the moment. How we doing? So, South of Midnight. Looking forward to jumping back into this one. Very pretty game, very fun game. It's been pretty cool so far. A couple of episodes in last week. I feel like we might actually finish it this week. I don't think it's a particularly long game, but we shall see. Right, goal lens is cleaned. Nearly there. Oh, I think I've gone backwards there. That one's being awkward. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. I spent most of my downtime playing Elden Ring, and given that it's a Souls-like, it was a surprisingly chilled experience. It's all good. Yeah, had fun with that one. Wires, things, controller. Yep, check. Okay. So, yeah, South of Midnight. We were kindly given a key by Compulsion and Xbox for this one, so there's a little reminder on that front, as, good to keep out in front of these things. Yeah. Looking forward to diving back in. So, yeah, Hazel's mother was swept downstream in the trailer they lived in while Hazel was out during a hurricane, and she has gone exploring the depths of the Louisiana swamps and stuff, which has appeared to have become a bit more otherworldly in and around the region around the town of Prospero, where she's from, which has been somewhat damaged and turned into some kind of weird metaphysical, kind of folklorish location at the same time. It's all a bit strange. Hazel's discovered she's got magical powers and is using them to try and find her mother. She's fought a couple of creatures from folklore and eased some troubled souls and encountered and faced the memories that they have of their varying traumas. Discovering that her grandmother and that side of the family, or that aspect of the family, were involved in some fairly crappy things. Their business dealings involved buying up a lot of local businesses and taking them over and forcing out the people who set them up. And same thing with people's homes as well, buying up a lot of land and pushing people out of their homes, which has been rather shitty. Yeah, she seems... Bunny has a bit of a Tywin Lannister vibe to me. Really not a nice person, but seems determined to protect her family to a certain extent. Because, yeah, she lost her daughter to apparently her son's not paying enough attention. And, yeah, her son being Hazel's father. So, yeah, it's all been a bit dark in places. And now, Hazel found the trailer that was her home and that her mother was in, and there was no sign of her mother there, but there was a lot of red yarn all over the place, and she's discovered that this probably means the involvement of a mythical individual called Huggin' Molly, who apparently kidnaps children. And further investigation has led her to discover that her father, I think, was once kidnapped by Huggin' Molly and may have been rescued by Bunny, Hazel's grandmother. Excuse me a minute. There we go. Stuff on my lens. There's a couple of bits of stuff on my lens. There we go. That's better. So, yes, Bunny has filled her in on the fact that Huggin' Molly is real and was involved in these things. And we're now looking for Hazel's mother's ex, other than her father, who is dead. So I'm not sure if this is pre or post, probably post Hazel being born, who is a bartender somewhere in town. Laurent, I think his name was. I think. So that's what we're looking for. I thought, yeah, okay. Maybe let's get in there eventually on that one. Yeah, should be cool. We're going to continue our journey. Just as soon as these shaders are compiled. Definitely another game that needs to remember that. Unless there's been an update, which there may or may not have been. I didn't notice an update, but it doesn't necessarily mean there wasn't one. Here we go. I think we need to watch the intro cinematic again. He says. Yeah, we did have some issues with... Okay, we'll see how we do. NVIDIA not wanting to take pictures and stuff last time. It looks like we might have a bit more luck this time. Move that out of the way just to be on the safe side. Okay. We're off to find the bartender somewhere. I think we're about a little over halfway through the game at this point.
Molly took my dad, but Bunny got him back. I can get Mama back.
Awake all night to hear your
That's the hope. There we go. We're in chapter 6 of 14, so arguably just shy of halfway, but I feel like there's going to be a whole bunch in here that I can't predict, I suppose, so maybe it'll be next week we get through it. That's fine. So this gate was closed previously, now we need to head on out.
Can't let Laurent get to me. Gotta find out what he knows.
Oh, I thought we made it through the gap there without any issues. On we go. So pretty.
What's that freaking blowfish talking about now?
And then she went right in that house. So I said, Bunny Flood will fillet as soon as look at you. Oh, Hazel. Well, nice duds. You been promoted at the Piggly Wiggly?
Oh, hey, Mr. None of the Floods, come to the cottage.
Oh, you don't mean. You run into Bunny Flood and live to tell?
Mm-hmm, and she's helping me find Huggin' Molly.
Oh, out of the goodness of her heart, I'm sure. So what, y'all in cahoots now?
First off, cahoots. Second off, there's nobody I'd rather be less cahooting with.
She always did want to get her hands on a weaver.
I think I can handle my own grandma.
So now you're a flood. No, I wouldn't have helped if I'd realized.
If I'm a Flood, it's in name only. And if my last name makes Bunny believe that I'm on her side, then I'ma use it.
Well, you sure can scheme like a real flood.
Ooh, charming.
But you sure it ain't Bunny using you?
I can take care of myself without your help. I do need to get to the juke joint. Could you maybe?
Oh, you don't need my help. No, you a fancy flood weaver now. I wouldn't want to get your new dress all slimy.
I didn't mean...
No, you take the path. There's a tree up yonder you should see. Bunny visits every year on the same day. Might tell you a little something about who you're in cahoots with.
Hey! Cahoots.
He's a bit of a salty boy, isn't he?
He's worrying about the wrong thing. Bunny ain't nearly that bad.
Well, I guess I get strong Tywin Lannister vibes off that lady, so I should say yes, she probably is that bad.
That's the tree catfish man. Oh, Bunny.
Nothing's ever really lost. See, nothing's ever really lost.
So allegedly up that way. Begs the question, what's out this way? Oh, this is going to be me in a fight that I can't remember the controls for.
You leave these hates to fester here.
Okay. Okay, we're making progress. Alright, looks like we might have a little bit of backup now. Oof. It's yeah, I am playing too many games at once. Now, what did Y do? Because it's a new thing that we got at the end of the last one that I can't remember.
Back to the road.
Yeah.
And why?
Mind you, parents keeping stuff from their kids' eyes. Hazel's only 18. She wouldn't really know where to look for that kind of thing, probably. Plus, her mother's tried to keep her away from her because she knows how bad Bunny is, so in that regard, they've probably done at least as much harm by trying to keep her out of harm as yeah, it probably does as much harm by trying to protect her as they might have done by not doing so, rather. That's my guess.
Is that a
I hadn't seen whatever it is. I think what it seems to be. Woo. Nearly messed that up. Tomb Raider vibes to this traversal.
like the tango itself is crying.
cherry tree. As in Hazel's aunt. Deceased aunt, I think. Okay, over here. How are we doing, Steve? How did I get shrunk? Not been shrunk. Everything just feels small. Oh, the environment feels huge.
Was a bit with the body it belonged to, and so it was with Bunny's baby Cherie. Bunny's dream of crafting her daughter into her own likeness, a power spun of unnatural means, was shattered. But she never lost hope she'd bring Cherie back to life someday.
Yeah, bit
She
nuts.
stole the Benji tree's heart for its magic, to keep her daughter trapped here instead of going where it is baby souls go. I don't think she ever considered what Cherie would have wanted.
Did Bunny steal magic from Benji's tree? She must have been desperate.
So it would seem.
Wow.
As for asking,
No wonder Bunny comes up here in secret.
asking an infant what she would want is perhaps a little unproductive.
Sorry I woke you up, baby Sherry. You hush now. Going back to sleep, okay?
See, nothing's ever really lost.
Very pretty game.
Lost.
Sound there was quite amazing.
While searching Bunny's cottage for clues about old Molly, Hazel glimpsed her grandma's past and felt sorry for her. But what Bunny
Well, she
did
has
was
been through
unnatural.
some
Sealing her dead
some
daughter
bad shit.
in a tree. Despite this, Hazel's powers guided Cherie to find solace in the great beyond. Following her lead, Hazel sought Laurent Baptiste, who knew old Molly's whereabouts, but Hazel wasn't keen on seeing him again, given a mauled history with him.
Here we are.
Better get to the juke joint so I can get back to pretending Laurent doesn't exist.
So presumably, Mum's ex didn't end well, or didn't have a great relationship with Hazel. Might have something to do with Hazel's father being dead and him arriving on the scene sometime afterwards. Kids not taking that sort of thing too well, I'm guessing. How much of this is him actually being a bad person or bad fit or whatever versus kid who couldn't quite handle it? I don't know. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Wriggling on through. Have to think about some of these controls because I'm just not used to the Xbox terminology. You think I would be, because I've only used an Xbox controller in the last couple of years, but it's sufficiently infrequently that I've somewhat adjusted to it. Oh, I see. I slightly effed up there. Yeah. I mean, I'd have used... This is one of the areas where it's like starts to have a few issues, the game, really. Like the controls, the targeting of some of the abilities and the controls are just a bit all over the place, like that. Come on. Okay, I'm pressing the wrong button there. So I can't tell me left and right, apparently, anymore. Right, that one. Right, better. But the targeting of things and is a bit all over the place. Ooh, he didn't look very friendly.
Oh, man, that's a big
Ooh.
one.
I don't need to be wherever he is. Left triggers go to them, or pull them to me. Right triggers attack at range. Okay. In the hang of this. We got him. Yeah, that right trigger attack is kind of useless. Also, the fact I can't dodge that attack is extremely annoying. And down. Is that specifically a elite controller issue there, Steve, or is that something else? Ooh, got me. Well, it was clear there. Oh, it's going a little bit better. what you want at. So let's grab the heel and unravel, and then I get less of everything. Woo! Gotta try getting Mike in line with dialogue volume, because I'm drowning out the game's dialogue, am I? Okay, I might be able to do something about that. Maybe. It's getting to balance with everything else that's an issue. Let's try this. Okay, right. Now then. Here. Don't need that anymore. So, where are we at the moment? We're there, okay. Try that. Right. Let's see if that works a little bit better. So you keep catching the back buttons, which presumably only is a problem because they're mapped to something you don't need them to be or want them to be.
That was rough.
Right, so what have we got? Oh, I see. It's a whole AoE. Okay. Double dodge. That's definitely happening. Definitely. All right. As I came in that way, I'm going on that way. What's over here? Trick is to make sure you can hear everything, which is not always easy to get right. September 29th, 1926. Laurent crashed one of his damn boats on the shoreline, lost 2 crates of liquor. Masterson was yelling at him something fierce and raised his hand to strike Laurent. He scared the shit out of Laurent. His face twisted up something fierce. Talked to Masterson, says he's going to take it easy on the boy.
Masterson sounds like an ass.
Yes, he does.
Sight for sore eyes.
A step towards more health. Interesting. That's where I came in. Yeah.
Lumber used to be a huge business here. I wonder what happened.
Why do I suspect whatever it was, it involved your grandmother? Mind you, take away all the trees, this environment's going to go down the toilet, so... People lose their jobs, or they lose the environment upon which they depend to survive. Neither one really works out well for people. Well, I just wanted to see what I could see, but apparently what I could see is the end. Or the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't know which control I needed then. I just had to take a guess. Unfortunately, it was the logical one. Nice. Well, there's another thing. Promoted Laurent to lieutenant this morning. We all had some drink to celebrate. He's a mellow fellow. It was nice to see him excited. He had a little too much to drink and got to crying about his folks. Masterson teased him for crying. For a split second, his skin went taut and twisted. Never seen a man move so fast. He hit Masterson so hard he flew partway across the room and broke his leg. Laurent ran off. Yeah, interesting.
Jeez.
You see. I'd forgotten that the XP equivalent in this game is called floofs.
How do these keep ending up out here?
Probably because this whole thing is a big
held
old
on to
trap.
this?
Hazel took that pic of us just after Laurent had cooked us that 3-course dinner. When he felt safe, he had so much love to give. Wish he had felt safe more often. Sometimes he seemed like he was scared of himself.
I remember that day. I saw what Mama saw in him. But he didn't deserve her. I'm really not looking forward to this conversation.
Interesting. There we go. That one better than I thought it might for a second there. Fuzzy puppies are furry dogs. Yeah, pretty much. Just anything generally fluffy. Went looking for Laurent. He's been missing about a week. Found him bloody and naked in the woods. Looked like he'd fought Puma. Started babbling and saying, sorry, please let me stay. I won't do it again. I told him he's got to keep those feelings at bay, even if I think he was justified in lashing out. Masterson's an asshole. I brought him back to camp.
Sounds like you really cared about him.
What's the sign saying don't swim? Figured that one out the hard way. It's definitely some somewhat fairy tale vibes about this. Like children's story to it, despite the relatively mature themes at times. Not sure what I'm going to find out this way, but... Found Laurent, what, 10 years ago almost? He shot up like a beanpole. Good boy. I swear he's aging slower than the rest of us. I find grey hair and new wrinkles every day. He's still got that baby face. He's been learning the business well. I think he could take it over. Huh. When's this set? This is the way forward. Huh. Makes me feel like I should have checked that, because I missed an opportunity somewhere, I think. Let's double back a minute. Take off. Fuck off! Who asked you? Certainly not me. It was much easier to jump over in the opposite direction, I know that. Ooh. This is not, yeah, it's trying my patience a little bit, that. Yeah, I just pressed the wrong button there. There's something over there to hit as well. On the subject. I think I know where I went wrong actually on that one. Maybe I don't, because I got over that the first time. Why can't I do it now? There we go. That one just didn't do the thing. I pressed the button to make that bit of the bridge solid and it just didn't do it. Oh, fuck off and die. Yeah, the controls are not fantastic, I have to admit. It's the one thing I'm not particularly impressed about with this game. Thank you. Jesus. I think I was asking for a miracle. Right. Nine. So this way. We're back here where we were already. Okay. Not sure it was worth it, but anyway. Scale and perspective gives you a feeling of being small and running through land of giants. It does have that vibe, doesn't it? Like running through the inside of a tree trunk or something like that. Makes you feel like an insect or something. Roughly that size. I suspect it's fairy tale that they're going for, rather than anything else. I don't like the delay in that thing kicking in either. Oh, it'll turn it into a solid object in a minute. It's just... Really? Not sure why. Right. Spooky.
Can't let you slow me down.
Right. Get in there. Less fighting me, more fighting your mates. And a lot more health. There, we should take care of that guy. Whew.
Knots around here somewhere.
Hey. Ooh, a little evidence of Hug and Molly having been here. Some of those strings. There we are.
Got it. Stigma's clearing up.
Weird noise over there. Oh joy. Nothing like a tax man to come along and add misery to a pre-existing pile of misery. October 23rd, 1934, Prohibition repealed. Notice no one needs our moonshine and bootleg wine. Demand is weighing down. I'm thinking of heading out west to find my fortunes there. Asked the runt if he wanted to come. He politely declined. Said he's going to make something of himself here.
Remember, it's the 21st Amendment, because you can't drink till you're 21.
That does have a help kids remember in high school
I
vibe.
have to find a way to get up there.
Ada? So I'm going to go ahead and assume that that particular piece of information is correct. And not massively interesting, to be honest. Came out to the old bootlegging spot. Ron's still here, looking ever young and spry. Leapt up and bear hugged me plumb off her feet. Felt he was going to break my back. He bought the sawmill and this old juke joint. Runs a little backwards bar now. I have a feeling we'll be here for quite some time.
This is getting weird.
He may be much older than he appears. That's why he knows where Hugging Molly is, because he's one of those weird folklore beings as well. Not entirely mortal himself, from the sound of it. If the game's supposed to be relatively contemporary, and this guy is still relatively young and spry, some 100 years after he was born. There's something weird about the fella. Oh, nice. So what we got here? Strand blasts infect that increase damage across a wide area and weave impacted enemies for a short time. Also, bigger strand blasters. I think my general attack thing, isn't it? Okay. Unravels cooldown acceleration effect is improved. That's not a bad thing. Move of life. Yeah, it's getting like way more annoyingly complex combo stuff, and not in a way that's really appealing to me. Especially with all the jargon. It's not quite where would I want that? I see. Cooldown acceleration, I think. Right. Yeah, how to get up there. Not like that, apparently. Right button, I'm going a long way there, wouldn't it? Not quite, okay. I'm definitely missing something, but what am I missing? Aha! That's what I'm missing. What have we here? Tool repairs, huh? Keep expecting there to be a hidden door under one of these eventually. Off you go, buddy. Fake. That is kind of adorable. How do you get yourself a leg up? You just casually shove a whole bloody train car down the tracks. You know that thing world's strongest people do for show off? Yeah, I'm just going to casually bat this thing down there like a cat that wants something. Anything, really. Speaking of, my cat just walked in the room, literally as I said that.
There it is. Man, it's been a minute since I've seen Laurent.
So you're shaking your leg out like a cat? Crouton. The little guy. Do you mean, Steve? Because you could definitely make a fun, particularly like kid-friendly game out of that. I mean, there's no reason it couldn't be adult-friendly either, but... But yeah, it has that vibe. Aaron! Haven't seen one of those in a few years. Used to see them quite regularly where I used to live, but not so much around here. Mind you, I'm in a city and there isn't a great deal of water around. What there is interesting. Yeah, what there is mostly occupied by geese. So can't imagine herons would get on too well. See them a lot in spring and summer. Yeah. Must be in a better area for it than I am. I am smack in the middle of a city though, so... And here is the venue.
We ain't open.
That ain't the face of a young lady who gives a damn.
Hazel? What are you?
The guy looks good for 100 years old.
You grown?
It's been a while.
Yeah. How you doing?
Do you know where I can find Hug Molly?
There's a question.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Bunny said.
Bunny. As in Bunny Flood, your absentee grandmother? Explains why you dress like that.
Whatever. She's just trying to help me.
Right. Because Bunny's known for giving you a helping hand.
This is different.
I saw how she treated you and Lacey.
And how did you treat Mom?
I treated Lacey well.
Until you didn't. You just up and left us one day.
This is grown folks' business. You a child. This ain't for you.
I ain't no damn child.
You a dick.
Do you know how sad she was when you left us?
It was complicated. There was a...
Don't make excuses.
He's got some major Lance Riddick vibes around the shape of his
You didn't
face.
deserve her.
That's enough. I need you to leave.
Did you even care? What was so wrong with Mama? With us?
Nothing. Nothing. It's me.
Didn't think he was quite human.
It's always me.
Laurent?
Hazel, no! I'm not safe. Get out!
Well, I didn't see that coming. Out through the side of his bar.
Shit. Maybe I can reweave him. How long has he been like this?
I should say a while. He does appear to be about 100 years old, at least. Was quite a nice bar. Definitely got that blues joint vibe. It's quite a cool vibe, to be fair. Picture's a bit of a giveaway. Don't know if it was visible in the background before or not, but... Considering you said they had live music on the regular, I'm left wondering where. I mean, yeah, there's a piano there. Pool table's been shoved over the side a bit. So maybe they set the band up over here? Hard to tell now, there's a big hole in the wall really, isn't it? Need to tell Lacey I'm sorry, I can be better, I can let her in. Sometimes I see her walking around but I can't speak the words. Think of all the sorrow I caused her and Hazel. Each time it gets stuck in my throat, choking me, she deserves better. I don't know if I can change. I've been this way so long.
He really did love Mama.
There's a Wild Nature Reserve. River and a Calm there, but yeah, that'll do it. But I used to see them as nearly F that. So didn't see the
Filling the bottle with clear pepper.
tooltip fast enough.
Then I can reweave Laurent.
But yeah, I used to see them in a river not far away,
Houses.
but not far from where I worked. Mr. Baptiste, we appreciate your many years of service, which makes this decision all the harder. We received your request to swap company scripts for cash and help pay for your wife's medical billing. Unfortunately, the company is unable to comply with the request at this time. Policy is firm.
I can't imagine how hard that must have been. All that work for nothing.
We can't do the right thing. Company policy. Well, you know, maybe try ignoring company policy and do a little thing like thinking for yourself. But the
It's
rules.
gonna take forever to build a nest this big.
Not really. Twigs are correspondingly larger. Sunflowers. Up we go, Hazel, not sideways. There we go. Nice. Really hold up for that. When we're coming out and exploring stuff like this, is on the one hand, my instinct says go quest last because then you can explore all the side stuff first and you don't miss it. But this is a multi-part quest, so I don't know if I'm finding later parts earlier because I'm detouring. Fraction of a second late there. There are a lot of annoying bad guys here. Well, that didn't go quite the way I wanted it to, but ooh. Now weave on. Oh, okay, you're on my side now. Well, I took the hit. There's no point worrying about after the fact. Woo! What? Solid objects do not help. Ooh, where did it? That was a tough one. Which we think of probably jumping the gun a little bit here. Yep, see, I did.
A child's heart ain't big enough for all the sorrows that want to fill it. With a doctor, Laurent's mama might have lived. But Daddy only got paid to accompany a script.
I see.
And doctors only took cash money.
Mom always said Laurent had a tough childhood. Tough doesn't even begin to cut it.
Unless, of course, it's actually sort of reordering them by playing the memories in the appropriate order no matter where I go when, which would make more sense. But I didn't get the vibe that it was doing that last time. Yeah, it sounds like a decent spot, Steve, that's for sure. I can get it. They designed the game a certain way. They want you to play a certain way. That's fine. But unfortunately, when that certain way is in contrast to the way we've been trained to play for 20 odd years. You see, now you tell me to go that way, which makes me not want to go that way. Because earlier it was telling me to go a different direction. Well, I suppose it makes much odds, really. It's a strong start. I hope you think this shoe's going to be on the other foot before long. Right. Reverse. Damn. Whew. You're supposed to be on my side, you git. Pressing buttons there and getting nothing back. It's not a good feeling. Ooh, looks like it's going to give me a bit more.
It's heavy work, but
Got it. Whew. Yeah, I had a feeling the shoe was going to land on the other foot there. That got rapidly more difficult. Collapsed bridge.
Daddy barely got out of bed or washed most days. Laurent had to catch their dinner or go hungry. He was all alone, trying to press down on a wound too deep to mend.
poor Laurent. He had to grow up too fast.
Two more to go, huh? It's not the way we came in.
Looks like that sawmill boss came to a bad end.
Can't but hope.
stigma. But how am I supposed to get in there?
I'm sure we'll find a way. What's that too soon? Anyway, I'll come back to that in a minute because I want to explore. Fuck off. Okay, so this is back where we were before. There's some part about the fuck off bit that was unclear. Apparently there was. I thought it was perfectly clear myself. I should shove a whole train car a considerable distance, but this thing, no, it only moves a few feet. So there's that, which makes me think this, wherever it was, is something else. Okay. Oh, more hints of hugging Molly. We're in a fox's den. Apparently. Some Peter Rabbit vibes down here. We'll be going that way later, won't we? Ron's camp, huh? To be honest, he didn't really seem that way to me. Seemed reasonably masculine to me.
On his mama's birthday, Laurent ran away, crying out like a wounded owl. Daddy always warned him not to show his pain. You got to hide it, Daddy said. Push it down and bury it. But in the heart of the woods, Laurent found himself consumed by it.
Sometimes I want to go into the woods and holler too.
No, it's hopscotch. No fighting for that one, though. Gonna have to fight here, though. Come on! Controller delay there slowed me down. Oh, control, I should say. forced to delay in control response. Not my favorite thing. Better. Definitely better. And again. It's a little better. Heck you. Trying to dodge here and it's just not happening. And again, control input completely ignored there. Trying to use that, oh, I don't think it might be on cooldown, my AoE power, but it wouldn't let me use it either. If it's on cooldown, there's no way to know that. Nah, didn't need to heal, shouldn't need to heal. Rhythm's off. Or rather, control rhythm is all over the place. Wouldn't have needed to heal if that was a little better done. That's another fine example of the controls not responding to input. That went a little bit better. Still don't like that, but... I had to press that 3 times to get that bloody control to activate then. So I wasn't pacing in exactly the right position. Alright. Trying to get my attack to go up there and it just didn't, because I don't really know why, to be honest, it just didn't. That's a bit better. There we go. Now I can heal and walk out of the fight with maximum health, or as close to it as possible anyway. And I don't start the next one on the wrong foot.
Each time Laurent saw that sawmill boss drive by in a fancy car, he felt like a knife was twisting in his belly, cutting deeper each time. That man wouldn't even miss the money that could have saved Laurent's mama.
Rich folks don't never change.
So kill them. The world a favour. Oh, yes, got that button.
Yeah.
Run for the bottle tree. Could not remember the sprint control for a second there. There we are, making progress. Well, I would have making progress. Don't know what went wrong there. Welcome back, Steve. Not sure what the need for the continue thing is there. Ah. Did not see the tooltip if it showed up at all. It may not have done if I wasn't looking in exactly the right way. There's another game that reminds me of in that way that had a similar issue where you had to be facing so precisely accurately, otherwise it just wouldn't take the input. Well, that guy's getting a lot closer now. There we go, made it. Whew. Whoever that guy is, should become relevant at some stage. There's Xion, sounding all angry. What efforts to heal him?
I'll be battered, fried, and dipped in grits.
That would
I
suck.
just seen a Rougarou.
That's Laurent.
Well, best not run into him again. We'll find Molly another way.
No, I need to reweave him like Benji and Tom.
Says who? Laurent ain't some kind of tree or big gator.
Bunny said.
Bunny, with her newfound kindness, sending you after a rougarou to find Molly. A little odd.
Spit it out, fish.
Look, there's whispers of Bunny in these swamps and hollers. Dark magic. A corruption sprouting from her house.
She
Something to do with his eye, I'm guessing.
might have her reasons.
Reason enough to send her granddaughter chasing after danger when her mother might not even be alive?
That's enough.
Might not also
Hazel.
has us to the opposite side, which is might be.
I'm
So
sorry.
I've got this far, ain't I?
I know you want to see her, but... just be careful out there, all right?
okay. I am the sawmill. Possibly go wrong. Seems to be something about I break my bones, which is ominous. Stay on job till whistle places here. It's the kind of attitude that gets a big old fuck you.
Might come in handy with these roots. Sorry, trees. I gotta get through.
That's quite cool. Not quite sure how that actually was supposed to have connected to the water whale, but you know. Especially in light of the fact that it's on a movable track. Normally the lumber moves and the blade stays in one place when it's attached to a watermill like that. As per seen in Skyrim. Ooh. Yeah, so sure no shortage of opportunities for things to go sideways. That was hard to say, apparently. Good. I had a feeling this might not be the way forward. He says deliberately going the not way forward. Lost a few workers due to an accident on 25th. They've been complaining about the machinery needing to be repaired. Now we're behind on this month's production.
Bastards. Save a penny and lose a life.
Yeah, at least it gets sued into,
Oh, big man in charge with a nice office.
or sued out of business if that was the way they were doing it these days. English is hard. This is true. Next month, we're cutting everyone's hours by 12%. We still require the same amount of output. Also, let go of the 3 most senior loggers to free up salary space. The wife is nagging me about buying a house on the Gulf with an ocean view. Yeah. These are the kinds of people who'd be a whole lot better without their skin. volunteer to make it happen. And here we go.
Laurent missed his mama so much he couldn't stand it. He went to fight the factory boss to tell him off, but his daddy tried to stop him. And when his daddy saw the death of Laurent's pain, that's when he got mad. The boss was always afraid of his workers. That's why he kept a gun in his office. He didn't mean for it to go off. Probably. Didn't stop the bullet from punching through Daddy's skull, ending his life in a blink. With his daddy's blood dripping down his chin, Laurent couldn't hold his feelings in anymore. They burst through his skin like feathers. His anguish seemed to lift him up into the air. The terrified sawmill boss drove away as fast as his fine car would go. Laurent flew after him, carried aloft by currents of his own torment.
Oh my God. Laurent couldn't help it. That man orphaned.
Seems to me he had it coming.
I wonder if Mama knew Laurent secret. Laurent may be a lot of things, but he's not a monster. He told me it wasn't safe. He was trying to protect me back there.
I break my bones, I rend my skin, bricks turn to dust, and rage floods.
Yeah, if only more people embrace their greed, met the appropriate end.
Never hold just myself to blame.
2 months ago, company cut store hours by 30 hours a week. 3 weeks later, they had to give us 140 extra hours to catch up on the work not getting done, and they want to cut again. Yeah. That's what happens when you let accountants make decisions. Well, greedy bastards. Same result.
Don't look down. Oh, don't look down.
It's not that bloody far. We've been higher up in this game already. Places that felt higher up anyway. Because you're really going to be able to grab that when you've fallen 4 times your own height. So let's assume she's, I don't know, 5 foot something. So what's that, 25 feet? A 25-foot drop, I suppose. Looking at the proportion of her. Maybe not quite that far. 20-foot drop, maybe. I don't think she's grabbing on by her fingertips after a drop like that. Mind you, she's also wielding magic, so maybe that's not the thing to pick on. Ah.
Laurent! I didn't mean to upset you. I had no idea. Stop! It's me! It's Hazel! You don't have to let this consume you. I can help you.
That man
Hey! We don't gotta fight, Laurent!
he hurt me, all to make me a man. He laid first, but not me. Told me to square up my shoulders, boys don't cry. White tear-stained brick, I sew my pain inside. Inside.
Dodge distance not as far as area of effect. This is extremely annoying.
Mama wouldn't want you to hurt like this. Don't do this, Laurent. Let me help.
That went alright. Part 1, anyway.
Where are you?
I hit an invisible wall there.
That my foundation should was built on suddenly. This is what it took. I cursed God and screamed my out. For beast and man, I turned inside out.
Can't even hit him at that distance from the attack.
I know you're in there. You don't want to hurt.
Dodge didn't seem to work that time. What? Again, dodge, no response to input.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me, Laurent? Sorry.
Alright, that's done. Got him over the line. Nice.
Laurent,
Well,
come
that
on.
line. I wonder if I not get any opportunity to heal after that. Whew.
Just look for the eyes.
I went the other way. Well, I seem to be hitting invisible walls in either case, which is not ideal. I assume it's the same arena, but hitting an invisible wall there as well. Nope, no more heals, that one.
I break my bones, I rend my skin, bricks turn to dust, and rage floods in. It sears my soul, sets my veins
What?
aflame. Never hold just myself to blame. I break my
Music's too loud now.
I rend my skin, bricks turn to dust, and rage floods in. It sears my soul, sets my veins aflame. Never hold just myself.
Just fell over and died there, apparently. Because apparently that's what she felt like doing. Okay, I fluffed that one up. The fact that that attack doesn't reach all the way across the arena is extremely annoying. Doesn't even reach halfway across, which is... Camera controls are a bit jank as well. Oh, fuck off. Excuse me? Fluff that up. And once again, I'm pressing buttons and not getting a response. And not because it's on cooldown, it just didn't do it. Which is very, very annoying. Got him. Subtitles came up way too early there.
Laurent,
See?
are you okay?
A week too early.
Where are we?
You got mad. I tried to reweave you, but I think
Yeah, I wasn't
something
impressed by
went
that
wrong.
either, Steve. Could have taken it from the top there.
No. This is me.
Oh well.
This has been me longer than I care to remember.
Suit's intact though, that's quite impressive.
I'm sorry. About what happened to you with your mom and dad.
My mama died, it broke me. But when that man came and took my daddy from me, I don't even remember it fully. came to, covered in blood, haunted by what I had done.
I can't imagine going through all this alone.
Maybe this pain just festers in me. I try to keep it pushed down. I don't want to hurt nobody, especially you and Lace.
I mean, I remember her laughing a lot when you were around. She was happy then. I could tell.
She saw me too clear. I felt laid back.
Yeah, he definitely looks a lot like Lance Riddick.
Scared.
Just the face shape.
Scared you.
It's been ages hiding this
The tall,
shame
thin
hurt
thing as well,
inside.
to a degree.
But then Lacey saw me. Flaws and all. She still cared. Felt like juggling broken glass. Ooh, I was just so scared I was gonna mess things up. I just pushed her away.
So scared you were going to
that
mess
hurt
things
her
up, that you messed things up on purpose. Yeah, it sounds like a very
I know.
stupid thing to do that people do all the time.
Earlier, you came to ask me about Molly. What was that all about?
But when the hurricane hit, the river took the house. With Mama in it.
She all right?
I found her house, but I couldn't find her. And then I saw a ton of red yarn laying around. I was told that was Mama.
Definitely. Doesn't make it any less stupid as shit, though.
She must be hurt.
you
Realistic,
take
but
me
still stupid.
To Molly's lair?
For Lacey, I'll take you as far as I can go. But I never managed to reach her lair.
Thanks, Laurent. I appreciate you.
He's got 4 wings. That's weird, but cool.
Hazel asked Laurent about Molly's whereabouts. But mentioning Lacey stirred him up, turned him into a giant owl. Hazel was shocked to see someone she knew transform him into a creature. Using her magic, she reweaved Laurent's old wounds, bringing him back to his true self. But the guilt and shame would take its own sweet time to fade away. Once Laurent got himself together, he and Hazel headed for old Molly's lair. But Hazel felt uneasy. Even a giant creature like Laurent seemed unsure he could take her all the way.
Thanks for the ride. See you around.
Ooh. The lighting's quite nice there as well.
Molly's up there in the witch's nose with. These hills won't stop me. Just hold on, Mama.
Up in the witch's nose, which I assume is that pointy thing up there. This is as close as he managed to get. I feel like he could have gone closer. Like, lots closer. What with having wings and all. Like, at least to, like, up the top there. You know, sort of roughly level with there, where the tree line is, you know. You'd at least be able to get that far. Unless there's some kind of magic.
Do you guys know the way to the witch's nose? Is that a wind tunnel?
Jump into the gust of wind and use left and right to navigate. Okay.
Whoa!
That was cool.
Thanks for the boost, guys.
The Eagles could have carried Friday's motto in a short story. This is true. It's probably not a bad thing. That'd be useful. Weaved enemies heals you. Okay. That's definitely a good one. Croutons controlling an enemy, the enemy will deal more damage. Maybe getting closer to Darth, maybe. I feel like this was a limit he encountered previous to this occasion, though. I don't know, but I feel like it was.
Oh shit!
Woo! Camera again. Problem. The camera is not helping because it won't turn with the corner. Or in advance of the corner, rather. Go to 346. Weird happenings. We haven't seen signs of Thomas. Found some weird tracks headed towards the witch's nose. A child's footprints next to something many-footed. Never seen anything like it. Have a bad feeling. This doesn't feel natural. Jackson.
Many-footed with the stolen kid.
I would run across there, except I feel like there's something going to stop me doing that. Aha! I don't know, that really adds a great deal to the game, to be honest. The need to clear some of these things, but... I do like those sunflowers, though. Except the sunflowers should all be facing towards the sun, because that's what they do. Hence the name. Or part of the name. One thing this also didn't say was that I'd have to use the air dash thing, the glide ability.
Get in the hang of this!
And if I hadn't done, I'd have just fallen. But it didn't kind of give me any heads up on that. Also, I did not tell it to jump away from the wall there. We're back where I started. Here I am. Okay. I'll go fuck myself then. Definitely a few bits and pieces that I think... I'm curious as to how big a team worked on this. I get the vibe that there's a few issues that may have been overlooked either due to a lack of resources or possibly due to being too close to the problem. And that, you know, it's not a problem for them and they don't notice it because they've been developing and playing and testing and so on and so forth for so long that when I come in as a fresh pair of eyes, I'm like, yeah, about this. They're not getting the same effect. Would explain a few things. So how do I get up there then? Or am I all the way back to where I've been before? Oh, I'm all the way back to where I've been before. That wasn't very helpful. Yeah, it's not as smooth as it could be, for sure. Ooh. Yeah, some of that was on me. Some of it. Yeah. My butt's going to sleep, apparently. Don't know why. I put it down to sitting in the chair too long, except I've been up and about and doing stuff more than usual recently, so it doesn't really track. Right, so what's that? Ah! Cunningly concealed, I see. By being a few inches further along than I thought it was. I don't know that I'd agree with you there, Steve. It's something you can get over, but remember the game's... What are we on here? 9, 12... Got about 15-hour game. 15, 20-hour game. How many times do you reckon they played through it in that time? Like, they got used to it by having their hands on it all day, every day for years.
Yeah, I could totally get used to this.
Gamers, on the other hand, are coming in at 0 in a way that they just aren't. Yeah, I don't really want to have to get used to adapting to the jank. I know you kind of, it's part of the course.
All right, back down to earth.
But yeah, like these, this is jank to do with the fundamentals, which is a little bit more frustrating. Which is a pity, because it's an otherwise really, really gorgeous, really, really cool story. Like a lot about the game. Just a, jank in the controls is a bit frustrating, kind of dampens the experience a bit. Well, I'm definitely getting old, but if I play Elden Ring all bloody weekend and actually find it oddly chill,
Almost there.
then I'm going to have to say, with a controller as well, I might add, and I'm going to have to go and suggest that maybe I'm not the problem on this one. Yeah, I've got a lot more experience with that game, true, but...
Something else from the trailer. What's Mama got to say about this?
Tested it in sections. Yeah, but the internal team I was more thinking of rather than external playtesters.
Wish I didn't have to. These
Oh,
kids
devs
need
absolutely
more than
do.
a Band-Aid can fix. Oh, something's gotta change. Jolene said she might know a way. Someone outside the system.
Those poor kids. They should have had more than a colorful bandage to comfort them. Mama cares so much.
See it happening quite a lot. They'll design feature, implement it. Oh, the first version of it. Check it works by plugging in controllers and things like that, and actually testing the new feature. And a lot of that is in isolation rather than as part of the big picture, but still, it does all add up.
is a fight to be won.
Music's fantastic as well. I think, to be honest, right now, that's about my only real criticisms. Controls are a bit iffy in places. Camera's a bit iffy in places. Which is with a number of games, for sure. Otherwise, pretty cool. My build? I've settled in on Great Sword and Shield. It will be Great Shield when I've got my stats high enough. I'm using Flamberge. Went all the way over to Caleb to get that. Picked up a couple of extra bits and pieces of gear while I was there. Finished off Limgrave this weekend. Right? Limgrave? Yeah. Ooh, that's a...
Why is this one gotta have so many arms?
Guessing I can't damage the other one. That was the wrong one. Until I've damaged the controller. Yeah. Delay in inputs, either delay before you can press things or delay before you get a response to the thing you've pressed. Not my favourite thing. Also, it needs to be in just the right position to make him work at all is also kind of frustrating. Fuck you, asset. What did that get you? Dead. That's what it got you. Interesting in me.
Counting the strands at my own pace. We are all connected, running.
So I don't think I came in that way.
The world is not that simple. Journey must be nimble. Try saving.
I remember coming in that way really either, but anyway. Perspective and such, I guess.
Life is a fight to be won.
This cave must lead to the mountain pass.
Mountain Pass that has not been mentioned until this moment. Found a note in a kid's handwriting said, "I'm safe and fixed. Don't want to go home, please. It's better here. Sorry about your leg," with a little heart. Don't know what to do. I think we're going to call off the search. That's what my heart's telling me. I hope this is right.
Left that kid out here.
Yeah, that will be hugging Molly manipulating them, I'm guessing. Not just in form of the letter, but also in some kind of psychic manner, I'm guessing. Probably through the letter. That's pretty.
almost there.
Wondering what triggered that little bit of dialogue from Hazel where she said almost there. Specific position she was in the space, I guess. Dead pretty indeed. Yeah.
Hope this leads outside.
My knee's complaining.
Exhausted, Laurent got Hazel as close to old Molly's lair as he could. But with her growing power, she soared into a gust of wind. Imagine that. As she got closer to the house on the hill, the hair on her neck stood up. But to find them all, she'd have to go through the haunted harder.
How are we doing for time? Okay, webs and a woman. Weird deer centipede thing. I think there's a bit more of a spider vibe from what I've gathered. Half woman, half spider vibe from what I gather. Hugging Molly after all. Stuff. Yeah. Anyway, let's not dwell on that until we have to, all right? So we've gone through a bit of 6 plus 7 and 8. Okay. So getting a feel for how long the game is as we go.
Gotta be close.
If not finished tomorrow, probably finished next Monday, I would guess. Red thread as well, yeah, definitely spider vibes about that. Although that could be tied into other things, theoretically. I don't think it is, but it could be. How pretty that is. Damn.
What happened there? Could be tied to hugging Molly. I'm coming for you, Mama.
Damn. Shit like this is why games should have a photo mode. Especially if you're going to put so much time into the look of your game. Come on. Borrower's feline intuition. I woke up the other night because I thought I heard someone's voice in the house. It was just me and my cat Tux. I went out with my intruder deterrent, and I swear I saw Tux's mouth moving. He was talking to some little guy. They both looked at me, I blinked, and the little guy was gone. But I saw his wee footprints. I need to lay off the cold medication, but also watch your cats, y'all.
I knew cats talked if you weren't around.
On the one hand, that's hilarious. See, if I could take Hazel out of this, go into first person and get that as a still, that definitely would be the kind of thing you'd stick on the wall. Ooh, nice. Right. That's good for the combos that I use. And I'm definitely grabbing a few pictures here and there. But mostly they're in cutscenes, because otherwise you've got Hazel in the middle of the picture, or UI in the way and stuff, and even then, dodging the
Somebody's enjoying themselves over there.
Dodging the subtitles is a whole thing. Somebody should have quit smoking.
Oh, hey. Whoa.
Good?
Whoa, easy.
Can I help you, son?
Yeah. You know anything about that creepy old house up on the hill?
Sure do. Sure do. Yes, that was once the home of Hug and Molly, the nasty she-devil who plucked all the little children in this here holler right out their beds. Oh, yeah, pay them good and use their guts for galluses. Me, they call me Itchy. I'm the only schoolboy she ain't never took. Ain't been easy reaching my golden years out yonder, but this here holler's better than old none.
That's a nice story. You mind if I take a look around?
Oh, sure don't, sure don't. You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
You take debit?
How about one of them gewgaws?
Oh, no can do. Family heirloom. Maybe I could, I could write you a good review online.
I'll just take my payment at the pearly gates. Be sure you study them educating signposts I put up around the holler.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
He's an interesting character, that's for sure. Also, there's an option, if I remember rightly, to turn the main vocal off of some of the background music. Just leave it with any backing vocals. Which I vaguely get why you might want to do that.
Well, this place seen better days.
I was wondering if that might work, it didn't. But at the same time, you get little hints about the world and the characters and stuff through music, which, by the way, is really freaking cool.
You're not welcome here.
That wasn't the plan. Thank you. Lost my sense of rhythm there. Right. That is a damn handy combo. Got that one. Not having it. object to the need to heal as well. Alright, now we're making progress. Stop chasing me around with your BS attack. I kind of held him off until from becoming hostile again until I had the chance to do something about it. There we go, that's better. Started to get the rhythm back right then. Which is fine, there'll be a whole bunch more of opportunities to put into practice next little while. Oh, it's just vanished.
Calloused hands and hearts. Ever grown up itchy turn to treated children like nails or wheating a hammer. His pappy, well, he did worse.
Damn.
Come night, itchy dream about peculiar angels who'd enfold his aching body into their soft.
Damn, that's creepy.
That's so heartbreaking. Itchy must have felt so alone.
What exactly is it this guy's pain I'm breaking up? Well, dealing with. I mean, the fact he's the only character here, it would be the reason, I guess. But also, it's the kind of reason it seems like the least logical choice. That was a little less obvious than a lot of them have been.
That red yarn. I'm on the right track.
Please excuse me from school. Mum and Daddy work doubles a week and I've got to take care of the babies. I'm not playing hooky, I swear. Love, Jane. That's,
Jane cares about those babies so much.
Dang it, that's creepy. Dear Santa, I've been mostly good. I need shoes. Could you take me to the North Pole with you? I would go barefoot if you would just take me with you. It's very cold there. I don't mind. Love, Jane. P.S. Can my babies come too? Someone's got to take care of them. Maybe Mrs. Santa would help me with them. That's the one I've already read, isn't it? Okay. A ball tree out front. This is where the fun begins.
Oh, I'll clean you out.
Oh, feck, hit the wrong one. Oh well. Need some backup, I think. Oh, we could, you know. Oh, yeah. They can stagger me, but I can't return the favour. Not a fan of that. Not unique to this game, that particular irritation there. Getting a little better. That's very annoying. Right. So last one is... Ooh, did it. Now then, where... There it is, through there, I guess. Nope. Okay, maybe not. Oh, there it is. It's the big thing in the middle. I'm not blind, I just can't see.
One by one, Itchy's school friends changed. They talked about Miss Molly, that old recluse who nobody'd ever laid eyes on. But them brave enough to venture into her house on the hill came back with toys and treats and clothes and weren't hammered down. Itchy couldn't help but reckon about all the possibilities his old pappy'd beam out of.
Oh, she must have been baiting them. So many folks in this holler failed these children. They had
True
nothing.
that.
Molly was luring them in with false hope. That's just evil.
It's not just false hope. I feel like there's another better word for it. that kind of encapsulates the general evilness of it all. But I'm not sure what that word is right now. Bizarre mechanic this thing with crouton, but kind of fun. Heck. Funny old instrument, the banjo, isn't it? Luring, preying upon, toying with, yeah. Something in the nature of luring, I think, is closer to what I'm thinking of, but still not quite. Preying upon their vulnerabilities, maybe, yeah. Somewhere in that general direction, anyway. The word I want will probably come to me at some point, about half an hour after the stream ends, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, all of this is correct. None of it's quite what I'm looking for.
Let's see. How do I get in there?
I think of a few ways, maybe. His casting game immediately looks at cat. So there's the way in. Is there anything else out here I need to find?
Some electricity.
Bring it back in like a bag or something. A jar, perhaps. I ran into a wall and then I couldn't see anything. Crouton is very adorable. Not sure why you need the magic to activate a simple switch, but okay.
Typical Lauren office.
Managers, there's mandatory overtime this weekend. Well, it's not overtime, it's mandatory. Two things are mutually exclusive. Or rather, there's simply no such thing as mandatory overtime. Before break, no exceptions. People are unable to commit to this will not receive pay time off. It also doesn't work like that. Probably does in that part of the world, whatever time this is meant to be, but yeah. Expect to hear numbers by end of day.
Reminds me of my job. God, I hate that place.
No pay time off if you can't commit. Well, it doesn't say anything about committing to it and then not showing, though, does it? Which is an entirely appropriate response. Actually, you know, kicking him in the testicles repeatedly is an appropriate response, but anyway. That's the bit where Crouton was. Oh.
Everyone
Yeah,
called it an
luring's still the best we got for
but
now.
Itchy's eyes hung on a red yarn wrapped around the body. The morning prior, he'd swung by the house on the hill, but hadn't found a soul. Strings of red had led him to a crackling fire, where he'd spilled his secrets, even knows about his pappy. Today, the summer heat roasted his pappy on the concrete.
Red yarn. Just like the trailer. I can't believe Molly killed Itchy's dad.
I don't find myself vastly sympathetic to the guy over there. Standing there and beating his kid with a tree branch. I don't think that's particularly, you know, it's squashed in a foundry. Is that what it deserves? There's a lot of people getting what they deserve. Meanwhile, Hazel's there like, I can't believe that happened. Really? Surely serves him right is more appropriate. Box leading me towards the sunlight and some flea. Really weird. What do we got then? Take that one. Creaky noise is quite alarming. Oh dear, Molly gives a price. Who says you're in a pocket tight and hugs you close with such delight? She'll come for you. She'll come if you turn off the light. She'll come if you sneak out at night. Don't fight or flinch or bite or pinch. If Molly gives you fright, she'll take you to her mountain lair with red yarn tangled everywhere. And tell you as you gasp and stare that things will be alright. No child's seen again, it's true. Her red yarn is the only clue. I think you now know what to do, since maybe her next child's you.
Why would you sing this to your kid? My God.
It's effectively what you give them nightmares, I think. Doesn't really... not sure what the rhythm was supposed to be on that one.
Itchy must have missed his friends. They look so happy.
I mean, they're colourful. Been here already, haven't I? Here. Cool. Angry sun drawn on the roof of the house there.
Molly looks terrifying here. What does she want with those kids?
That's a fair question.
Not right. Fouling up a church.
No. That's the priest's job. Where does Itchy get his oxygen? That's a good question. Maybe there's a doctor making house calls. Ooh, that's smart. We managed to get that right. There we go. Bugger was difficult to deal with. Progress.
Show me what else happened.
Got him. It's getting tired.
With his pappy gone, it was only natural Itchy would do what he'd been raised to do. He blamed himself. If only he hadn't spilled his guts to Miss Molly, maybe the man who hurt him could have found something to love in him. He sought some divine absolution for his guilt, but someone else would listen.
Itchy shouldn't have had to bear that guilt. It ain't his fault.
Nope. And here we go.
You were tenacious, little one.
Rue, there we go.
That's my only option. I had to find her.
Who is Rue? I feel like maybe in some context mentioned earlier on, I've forgotten. Ooh, figured that out at the last minute. Nice baseline on this. You don't say. That text reminds me of text used in the Thaumaturge, which I've yet to play, but I definitely have my eye on. It's a long old run, but I think we're nearly there now. Maybe not. First double jump, got nothing from me trouble. Really? All the way back here? Fuck off. Try again. Better. Not as smooth as I would like, but right. This time we're not at home to Mr. Cock-Up. That looks promising. Job's a good one.
What? Oh, Lord. Itchy? Itchy? You know I can hear you, right?
Well, it's a right relief the tragical tale of Hug and Molly didn't scare the skin off your bones.
Oh, no. I love the tour. Just one question. Why didn't she take you?
Well, when old Molly came around and attacked my daddy, I put up the fight of my life and done won it too.
It's just... I read once on this website. Didn't she kill your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who comes here watches them damn true crime
Okay,
podcasts.
wait. I came all this way to hear your story. The real story, Itchy.
It's not the way I expected that conversation to turn. That was good.
Come on.
Yeah, the sorry suggins who lived in this here holler made them mountain peaks feel as snug as teeth on a bear trap. Something I come to realize about my school friends, they wanted to be took. Even by the devil's conjures. Some nights I still see them up that damn mountain. Figments of my imagination. And I do yell out, I wish Molly took me too. Could have if I chose, but I didn't neighbor much with courage.
Interesting sentence.
Never could figure out how to fit all that on scraps of wood.
Itchy. You're just a kid.
Happen on any money, Summers?
What?
For the ticket?
I thought that we settled that already.
Wasting my time up here doing everything for free.
Oh, poor fella.
Yeah.
Somehow I think that raven may end up being relevant later. Well, it is about that time. Itchy. Only child that wasn't taken by hugging Molly. Like most in the holler, enjoyed neglect and abuse, but never left. Root. Overseer, huh? Cherry tree. Yeah, I feel like that one kind of drifted by a little too quick, really. But probably a carryover from the timing of our stopping last time. Dark forest rises from the bucolic hills, stretching to the infamous Duke Joint. Dense stretch of mixed words, a place that most of Prospero don't venture into. People speak of strange creatures and goings-on in the forest and tend to give it a wide berth. Company Town was where workers of Fellows Row were required to live. Rather than being paid in US Treasury currency, they were paid in company scrip that was useless outside of the town's boundaries. Yeah. Say indentured servitude without saying indentured servitude. Duke Joint used to be part of Company Town. Laurent eventually bought it, wanting to remain close to where his parents died in the seclusion of the forest. Old Sawmill stands as a crumbling monument to a once bustling timber industry in the region, which is known as the highest mountain peak in the region, said to be haunted by many a creature, hugging Molly among them. Holler, the village of Prospero, the Holler is all but dead, with only Yachi inhabiting its desolate remains. The community was cruelly exploited and their troubles heightened by unsolved missing children cases. Pure Pine, the old cleaning solution factory in Holler, which employed many of the children's parents and paid them far too little for their labour. After the children were taken, people began to leave and the factory eventually shut down. Yeah. So, we've got, where are we? 5 sections to get through. Depending on how long they are, we'll probably get at least that far tomorrow. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, for one evening, it is about that time, and we have a solid pausing point. So, there we shall pause it. Interesting. Loving the story and the concept and the artwork, and I like the characters, and the humour is quite entertaining and does the odd 180 on what I've expected, which has been fun. Controls are a struggle at times, so I do feel. Otherwise, very, very cool. I don't know if I need to do that, really. Switch my controller off. But I feel like I should. Yeah. Interesting. So, tomorrow we will... yeah, I'm getting a bit tired myself, Steve. Catch you later, MB. So, yeah, tomorrow we will check out Huggin' Molly's former home and see where we go from there. Ooh. With 5 chapters left, I imagine there's going to be a few twists and turns. Yet. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. Still enjoying it. It's cool. It's an interesting game so far. Looking forward to pushing on with it. as with last week, going to stick with the same streaming plan to kind of get some headway made before I get completely swamped. So, yeah. More South of Midnight tomorrow, and Avowed on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday will be Atomfall. So, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I think I'm probably drifting towards 7 with my frustration with the jank, because it's just a little bit like, it kind of irks me every so often, but it's just a little bit too often. Yeah. There's enough different separate bits of it that's just kind of a little bit grind my gears, so I think it might lose an extra point for me. But everything else is pretty much top notch, so yeah, it's a good effort. Yeah, I am still enjoying the game despite my frustrations with the controls, so that's not a bad sign in the grand scheme. Just a bit of a pity that it's got that one shortcoming, really. Oh yeah, we talked about like the depth perception in the game. I feel like I might have settled into that a little bit better. Maybe I've got a bit more used to it, or maybe it was just the beginning that was a bit weird. I don't know. Probably me getting used to that, I think. But yeah, that was weird, but it's kind of all the same thing. Same collection of things. Yeah, anyway, enjoyed that. Videos wise, I need to follow up on the fishing, so we'll see about that. And hopefully do a build later in the week as well. I was debating doing a video talking about the tweaks to the PTS patch that came out on Friday, because there's a lot of them, but my ability to interpret them is a bit limited, so I probably won't. It's a lot of numbers and stuff, and there's further context to numbers that I just don't have to really interpret the details, so which is what it is. Anyway, folks, I think for one evening, I'll leave it about there. So thank you all for hanging out. Hope you've had fun. Thank you very much to Compulsion for the game code. Been cool to check this one out. I have been looking forward to it. Yeah, if you haven't already, then social media links, channel memberships down below. If you're interested in that, like, subs, notification bell, all that good stuff, I'd appreciate. Game is available on Game Pass as of, well, day one Game Pass release, because it's an Xbox Studio. So if you want to play it over there, it's also on PC as well. So a couple of options if you do want to check it out. And yeah, we'll dive back in tomorrow. So, till then, have a good rest of your evening, have a good day tomorrow, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll catch you around about 8 o'clock for a little more tomorrow. Should be good. So, till then, I'll see you then. Night, folks.